What's up, world? Welcome to the Conscious Influencers Show with your lovely host, Jennifer Grace. And I have one of Miami's finest conscious influencers here in the studio at Jolt Radio today, Mike Lykoff, who not only is one of my best friends and business partners, he's also the founder of Modern Om, which is the leading mindfulness lifestyle brand. He has been a wellness entrepreneur, investor, and pioneer for over 10 years, inspired by his personal mission of helping people understand that everything they are looking for is already inside. So he started his career in venture cap before attending the Wharton School of Business, and he launched the premier yoga studio brand in South Florida, Green Monkey. Mike has been recognized as Miami's foremost leader in mindfulness by the Miami Herald, Well and Good, and is one of Miami 2018 magazine's Men of the Moment.
That was last year, Jen.
Oh, yeah,
Last year.
2018.
Yeah.
So you are, what's the word?
Past my prime.
Something like that.
Over the hill.
Yeah, you're over the hill. You're irrelevant. You're now officially irrelevant in 2019. That's okay. I was the number one life coach in 2016 and 17. So, I've been irrelevant for years now. I'm absolutely nobody. Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
Mm-hmm. So, welcome to the show. This is, you've been on my Hay House show. You've been on Jolt before. You've starred in the Jennifer Grace show as the meditation guru in our parody. Yes, that we should definitely post. That was hilarious. So you're a frequent guest.
Yeah, that would qualify as frequent guest.
Yeah, it's basically when my guest cancels, I call him up at 6 a.m. I'm like, shit, Mike, you got to do the show today.
I have nothing better to do, so I'm here.
So it's always available. It's perfect. And so that being said, no, normally he is like a scheduled guest. This morning you were my second choice. My first choice wasn't available, which was Richard Branson. But I thought of you next, of course.
Yeah.
And we don't even know what the show is about, which is so fun. Today, we don't even know what we're doing.
You don't have questions for me?
No, there's been no preparation. And this is kind of like the Seinfeld episode of my radio show. This is like, we don't know what's going to happen. We're going to talk about nothing and everything all at the same time.
That's profound.
Nothing
is everything.
Nothing is everything. This is going to be the most profound show, I think, epic show that I've ever had in my entire life because it's about nothing. I love it.
Let's do it.
So before we talk about nothing, I do want to talk about something. So what I want to talk about is this amazing 21-day event that you've put together for Miami, which is incredible. The Cushion Crawl, which I think we're in day 2 right now. Tonight's day 3. So Mike is curated. Is this your 3rd year or 2nd year?
It's the 4th round.
Wow. 4th round. And so what he does is he curates these incredible event spaces like the Faena and Soho House, the Brickell City Center, the Edison Hotel, and he gets the best of the meditation teachers and leaders and thought provokers to lead 21 days in a row of meditation. So instead of crawling, because it's called the Cushion Crawl, instead of the bar crawl, we do the Cushion Crawl. So tell us about how's the last 2 days gone. So we're in day 3.
Yeah, it's incredible. This is the 4th time we're doing it, as Jen said, and the concept is 21 days of meditation with 21 different teachers in Miami at 21 different spaces.
That's awesome.
And what it gives is this really engaging journey through Miami, through cultural institutions and fancy hotels and underground hidden gems and private homes and public spaces, and it's really fun.
Yeah.
People love that differentiation, something new, something different every day.
Yeah. It's like the
And
class pass.
it's like sort of class pass meditation.
Yeah.
And then 21 different teachers it means 21 different perspectives
Yes.
on what it means to be mindful, what it means to be intentional, different meditation practices, different philosophies. And it gives the crawlers, because that's what we are, we're crawlers.
Cool.
It gives us, a way to learn new things and see what resonates.
Yeah. It's like a sampling. It's like a Vegas buffet of meditation.
It's
Endless.
It's an endless Vegas buffet of meditation. I haven't considered that, but I'll go with it.
Yeah. It's because it's a smorgasbord of spirituality, if you will.
And it's super great because people really resonate with different teachers and different ways of looking at spirituality and mindfulness. And finally, it's about 150 people.
Yeah.
So that's incredible.
Yeah. That's exciting to meditate with that many people over a course of time. And I'm sure incredible connections are created, but just even the energy of meditating in bigger groups, I know is really exciting.
Well, because you and I together did the biggest meditation in Miami ever.
We did? Was it record breaking?
It's not in the Guinness Book of World Records, but
Darn.
It's kind of the biggest one.
Right. We'll just say that it is. We'll self-proclaim it.
It was 2 years ago yesterday.
When I was up on the stage, right? When they lifted me 30 feet in the air and I thought I was going to die.
Yeah. You know what? That's when you were relevant.
I was relevant
You were
then.
relevant.
Back when I was relevant.
Back when you were
Good old days.
But it was incredible. That event kicked off something really major in Miami. And that was the first Earth Day event at Brickell City Center.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday was the third Brickell City Center meditation.
Right.
And
so here we are. I did year 1, year 2, and year 3 wasn't asked because I'm irrelevant.
Right. Do we really have to do this on air?
Who did you book instead of me? I'm only kidding because I really could have had it, but I declined. Okay. I was like, I already been there, done that. No, for real. Who did it?
There's this woman, I don't know, Luchi Estevez, I think.
You're funny.
Do you know?
Yes, she did it with me the last 2 years in a row. Now she stole the whole show.
She stole the whole show.
She stole the whole show.
She was amazing. It was as you know, she represents Mother Earth.
I love her. She's
Gaia incarnate, and she had drums, and Antoine did it with her.
Amazing.
And she did performance art, and she had everybody whistle like the birds and put their arms up like tree trunks and whistle as loud as they could, and it was like the forest.
Oh, I love that. That's so badass.
We had 200 people.
Sweet.
Yesterday. And no, it was so beautiful. And
I'm sure.
The idea is that conscious community is now realizing that there are more spaces and opportunities to get together.
Yeah.
And it's normal and it's mainstream. When places like Brickell City Center create space annually for this, it's just showing that this is no longer fringe. It's not Earth Day is not for tree huggers. I brought up this there's this this analogy that I made for Earth Day yesterday, which is imagine teenagers. Can you imagine?
No, I don't know what it's like to even be around 17 teenagers traipsing through my house every day. Tell me about.
So
teenagers.
my analogy is that teenagers, sometimes they're not very conscious of their parents, and sometimes they might be a little disrespectful or rude, or really not be their best selves with their parents.
Right.
Has that ever happened?
Yep.
Okay.
Been there.
So it's kind of like how we are with the planet, right? Our parents, they made us, they feed us, they protect us, they keep us safe, they take us to fancy private schools, pay for our cell phone bills, and sometimes we treat them not so nicely, our
Right.
parents.
Right.
Well, guess what? That's kind of the analogy for the planet. All the same things. And the difference is one hopes teenagers outgrow that
Yeah.
behavior. Because if you're 30 and you're treating your mom the same way,
That's a problem.
it's a real problem.
Yeah.
It's a kind
Yeah,
of
it's like my son was like that when he was 15. Now at 18, I walk in the door, he's like, "You got us. I love you." He's so sweet to me because he grew out of it.
So this is where we are now. We have to
Yeah.
grow out of this teenager stage.
Right. So
And
we're
that's-
just a bunch of rude teenagers disrespecting the earth. I get it. That's a great analogy.
Yo, I mean, it's real because we're totally disrespecting. We've lost the connection of and the understanding that we are, whether you want to say you're at one with the planet or in a like a crazy intense relationship. Like where does one end and where does the planet end and you begin?
Yeah.
And we don't think about that. We're so disengaged. And so, anyways, that's Earth Day. That was kind of part of the talk yesterday.
Oh,
Oh my
God.
God, we lost our video again.
All right. Well, do you want to talk and I'll fix it?
All right, so I'll talk about the rest of the cushion crawl.
Okay. Keep
So-
going.
So the cushion crawl, 2 days. We started at the Edition Hotel for a Earth Day meditation, and a day before, and that was beautiful. And I love the Edition because they really genuinely care about the environment and sustainability. It's not marketing to them. They make all the employees carry water bottles. They've been plastic free in that property for 2 years. So it was a beautiful way to start. Jen, come on.
Well, I don't know.
Where Jen is having slight issues with this iPhone. But the rest of the cushion crawl tonight is WeWork. We're going to be doing cushion crawl at Faina, Soho House, at the Young Arts Jewel Box is our cultural institution. There's going to be Sunrise, and we're going to finish with a mini festival, Jen. Which
Oh, yeah. I'm in part of that.
you're not in the mini festival.
I'm not?
No, you know why?
Why? Oh, because I'm irrelevant?
No, you're out of town, babe.
Oh, God. With my teenage son.
With your full circle.
I forgot. Well, at least he wants to hang out with his mother, which is real full circle.
As long as he's being respectful and takes
He
care of
will.
you. And recycles you.
Yeah. But my crawl is Thursday in 2 nights.
Yeah, it's in 2 nights. It's going to be at the Miami Beach Women's Club.
Yep, but it's not just for women,
No. It's
for everybody.
for everybody. It's just the name of the venue.
Yes, the name of the venue is the Miami Beach Women's Club, and mine is all about human potential expansion through accessing the altered state of meditation, and I am curating. All right, that's
Oh,
done.
Wow.
That's done.
I've never seen that before. Jen, maybe you should just hold it. Are you just going to hold it now? Like
I
lean it up against this.
Let's see.
Let's
Oh
see.
my God! Anybody who's watching on. This isn't gonna really work, dude.
It's better than nothing, right?
Better than nothing. There
So-
we go. We could talk. Can you move? There you go.
Okay, let's go.
Okay,
this
cool. We'll
way.
get cozy. Hi.
All right, so
Sorry.
so Miami Beach Women's Club. Wait, but you said what was it? Altered states through meditation.
Yeah. So my latest fascination is accessing altered states for flow. You know, to download the wisdom of the universe, to upload your own wisdom, and there are incredible practices being done all over the world, especially with elite athletes, CEOs, scientists, the Navy SEALs. You know, what they're doing is they are experimenting with different ways to get into altered states for peak performance. So through peak experiences, they create peak performance. And I'm really just fascinated in all of the science and the studies that are out there now of using even the tools from the Stanford course that I teach: timelessness, effortlessness, presence, selflessness, having the perspective of seeing self, along with meditation, mindfulness tools, and then also using, movement and dance and different physical ways of getting there. And, you do like the Osho meditation, right? And all that jumping and shaking
Will you
then
come to that one?
stillness. Yeah, I'll come to that.
Did you
When
come
is
to that one last year?
No.
You have to come.
When is it?
It's on the 6th, I think, May. We'll see.
I can make it.
Yeah.
I have
What
a
day do you?
class.
What day do you
I'm
leave?
lying. I can't.
Is that a Tuesday?
It's a Monday.
Oh,
What time?
it's all 7 p.m.
Can't do it. Sorry. Very busy being irrelevant. Very
Super
busy being irrelevant.
Yeah.
So anyway, I am super curious. I've been doing these practices like you have for 10 something years, and I feel as if I am living in flow. Like I have amazing synchronicities all the time. Things are very effortless for me and flowing, and I'm creating abundance, and I have lots of wonderful things happening. And so, I'm not only studying like what am I doing to access this, what are the practices that I'm doing, and then how can I elevate that, and then how can I teach my students to get into that space where they too are really experiencing magic every single day of their lives in some form or another. And I'm creating like a prescription of different practices to do this. So that's going to be the exploration on Thursday night for my cushion crawl, is talking about, I'm going to be sharing some of the studies that have been done, how people are getting into these altered states. And then I've curated a brand new meditation so that maybe I'll be relevant again.
Is it Future Self
No,
Part 2?
it's
Part
not.
2?
It's not. And I'm not using the same music either. Okay? It's new. Trying to become relevant. So, all new stuff.
All new
time.
All new material.
All new material.
God help us.
God help us. My students are like, future self meditation. Here she goes again.
The funny thing is, then you go away from it. They're like, "Can I? What happened in the future self
Oh
meditation?
no, they
Can I have
always
that
ask
again?"
for it. I'm like, haven't we done that 17 times? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to make up some new shit.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah. It's
So-
it's past time. Yeah.
It is. So anyway, that's what I'm fascinated about. And I know that you know probably a lot about that subject of altered states. And what was that thing you were telling me about the other day?
Which one?
I don't know. There's some, it's not ayahuasca, but
Oh,
it's
yeah,
this
yeah.
other stuff.
I have to tell you. So this is
It's
something.
not a drug though, right?
No,
It's
no,
nothing
no.
bad.
No, it's not a drug.
It's not naughty.
It's So there's something called rapé.
You're not in the
Oh, I'm not in the. Okay.
you're not in the camera.
Is the-
John,
Yes.
this fell like 7 times off of that. Do you think we have
I know what it
another
is.
one?
I have it's this case.
It's the case.
Oh,
Okay.
it's the case. Got it. Okay,
Okay.
we'll be right back. John's gonna take it out of the case and we're gonna fix it. Okay.
So it's actually something that
Rapé?
rapé.
Rapé. Have you heard of rapé, John?
I have not.
We're gonna school you right now.
We can. I think I have some. You can.
Well, I have to teach later. What is okay? Tell me about it, and then I'll decide if I want to partake on the radio on Facebook. Because I don't do this kind of shit.
No, you don't.
I don't.
So
I drink Chardonnay. That's about the craziest I get.
yeah, right. We'll talk about alcohol in a minute. So
Yes, we will. We will talk about alcohol in a minute.
So rapé is it's a tobacco
Okay.
with some herbs and different things. Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
And in ceremonies with ayahuasca, not ayahuasca, tobacco is a sacred plant to kind of Mesoamerican shamans.
Okay.
So they'll blow tobacco in your face, and it's like a cleansing plant. So this particular variation of tobacco, it's a powder, like
Okay.
tobacco. It's a powder, and then they blow it with a pipe, and they blow it up into your nostrils.
Oh,
So a shaman will come and blow this powder up in your nostrils, but it's just tobacco.
that sounds like something I've heard of before.
It's maybe like the original, but like the, maybe it's kind of like, the natural detergents and everything. They don't work quite as well as like the synthetic ones, but they're
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah.
Maybe it's kind of like that.
Oh, so it's like natural cocaine? Let's do some
Shamanic.
natural cocaine on the radio on Facebook Live. That's great for my brand.
Super
great.
great.
It's on brand
We're
for me.
no, we're rebranding you.
Yeah,
Relevant.
let's rebrand me right now because I might be relevant if I do that on my show.
So this rapé is actually, so it lasts for perhaps 5 to 10 minutes, and it really centers and grounds you. So it's of course used in medicinal, intentional moments. This is not something that's just recreational. You sit, you hold an intention in your heart, and when you kind of say a prayer or blessing, and then when you have the rapé, afterwards you sit in meditation,
Okay.
and you are more open, and it's kind of remarkable. When I've been doing rapé lately, it's not so strong. It doesn't. You don't see anything. You don't
Right.
anything. It's
You're
just
not having like hallucinations. There's
No,
no
no.
purging. There's no
no. There's
nothing.
no nothing. It's a very easy light form of plant medicine, and but you
it's
know
the
what?
gateway drug of plant medicine.
But can I tell
bet
you, it provides just enough of an altered state, just enough where insights come in. You want to talk about altered states?
Yeah.
It's not about like this whole idea of microdosing and things.
Yeah.
It's not about going crazy or doing things recreationally or getting out of control. It's about shifting your perspective and shifting your state just so. And when you shift it out of your habitual, normal thought patterns or behaviors, perhaps new opportunities or new insights
Creativity
come
can
up.
come in.
Creativity,
Oh.
new ideas. So every time I've been doing it lately, I have like an insight, and like a pretty clear one. It's kind of funny.
Wow.
One of them, for example, is like my heart tends to beat really loudly, super loud.
When you do it.
What's that?
When
no,
you do
no,
it.
in general.
Oh, in general. Okay.
In general, and so it beats so loud. Not always. It's like almost frightening when I'm in the past. Been with my girlfriend and whatnot. It's like they can hear it outside of my body.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I knew. And so my insight was that it's such a big heart and it's so powerful that that's just how it is.
It's its expression.
It's its expression, and then it's kind of what I'm here to do is to have a big heart that can hold a lot of people, and that can radiate that kind of energy out to widely.
Yeah.
And that's just like who thinks about this?
Yeah. Right.
Like it was just like all of a sudden like that's what came up.
yeah. So you
and I'm
have
like-
these interesting insights.
It was an interesting insight because then it focused me on my my heart chakra and my heart, and part of my mission in this world is to help raise vibration,
Right.
and that was just like an insight.
So I'm curious because I really don't know anything about the plant medicine world. I've never tried any of it. Is it legal? Is it illegal? Where do you get these things? How does it work? What goes on?
No, rapé is legal.
It's legal. What do you buy it at 7-Eleven?
No. You get it from. I mean, I got it from a shaman. So
Sounds like a good story.
it's a bit.
Did he ride? I'm thinking of like the guy in New York who used to sell pot who would come on his bicycle.
So I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon.
Really?
Probably.
Oh, wow.
It's-
Interesting.
The only thing about it, perhaps it would be regulated if it were bigger because it's tobacco.
Okay.
So I don't know the rules. It's not illegal, clearly.
Yeah.
But perhaps there's some regulation around tobacco, but it's nothing.
So the shaman takes that tobacco, grinds it, creates a powder.
Right.
And then
And puts other things in the tobacco.
See, this is the part that I want to know about. I heard you earlier say these other things.
So for
What are
example,
these other things?
so there's different flavors, like with mint.
Oh, okay.
and, like,
Flavor.
flavor.
Okay. What else?
I think it's other, perhaps barks. Some
Okay.
other all plants.
All innocent.
Super innocent.
Okay.
This is anyhow. This is what I think is interesting about it is that, from a standpoint of altered states, it provides just enough of a state break
Mm-hmm.
and a shift
Mm-hmm.
where it grounds you and centers you and offers opportunity for new insights.
Yeah.
And that's, you don't have to take rape. Of course, like you get altered states through meditation, through breath work.
Sure.
I mean, the most similar thing I could think of to something like rape is when you do a sequence of breath work.
Yeah.
There's different types.
Right.
But if you do it for
Pranayama.
3 to 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
you're in an altered state.
Yes.
And because you've oxygenated your blood supply, and so your consciousness is expanded.
Yep.
So it's fairly simple like that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to actually, it did say so about raising the vibration. So one of the things on the other side, and you said Chardonnay, is that I had an insight a while ago. I've had this insight where alcohol clearly changes your state.
Yeah.
So my insight is this, is we're all vibrating at different frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
You and I, our frequency is very similar. Like meaning that we're kind of on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Another way to put it, we talk, we start talking like we can go forever.
Yeah. This is almost like you're a voyeur into the way Mike and I are normally just yammering together.
Basically, this is
Yeah.
it.
Conversations with Jen and Mike.
So people vibrate in different frequencies. And if your frequency isn't that close to somebody else's, you probably aren't
Yeah.
like that connected to them.
Sure.
You're like, hi, nice to meet you. Like we had a coffee.
Done.
Thanks. Great.
Yeah.
Well, when you drink, it depresses. Alcohol's a depressant, but it also lowers your vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And it lowers you kind of into the lower chakras.
Okay.
But it lowers everybody's kind of
Right.
to like a similar zone.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the insight, is when you drink, and this is why alcohol is used so often in social settings.
Mm-hmm.
Because what if you and I had totally different vibrations, but we were 3 Chardonnays in? Then all of a sudden, like, our vibration is kind of more matching.
Yep.
It's lower, but it's more matching.
Right.
And so we get along, we have fun, we're laughing, then throw in some sexual chemistry and and that's where obviously hookups happen. And
Right.
like alcohol plays, I mean, probably, the biggest role in hookups, right?
Right.
At least in the US.
And then when you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh my God.
Oh my
what
God.
The
And then,
hell did
then-
I go home with?
well, that's when
It's
you
been a
drink,
while
that's
for me.
that's 7 Chardonnays later.
Okay.
But what could happen is that you connect with people and you feel a connection, but it's not really a connection.
Yes. Totally. Totally.
And then, weeks later, months later, maybe you even get into a relationship with somebody. Maybe you like
Right.
get into a long term and you're like, because you're kind of on the momentum, but maybe you're never on the same frequency. And so it's like always drinking, always traveling, always staying busy, always going to things and everything else, but you're not actually in alignment.
Yeah.
It's very possible.
It's very possible. This is fascinating. I actually haven't been drinking, as you know.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing a new program. So it's been interesting. I've been drinking green juice and celery and cucumber juice and feeling, like definitely a different vibration for sure.
Yeah. So that was an insight that I've had for a while. So where I am at it with it now is that I would drink. And since I was a kid, or young man, I was drinking socially. And it's not a problem for me, but it's something that I would always do.
Sure.
So we'd go to a party,
Yeah.
have a cocktail, a wine, and then not unthinking, not really because I needed it perhaps, but just because then one finished, then
Yeah.
you go for another one. And that was the lifestyle. So even last year I would do that. And I really started to consider, if I'm here, as I alluded to before, to help raise the vibration and move society in kind of a more conscious direction, that direction is up, higher vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if on the same time I'm doing that professionally, and that's my mission, if on the personal level I'm over here drinking 3 Chardonnays,
Yeah,
not because I need it, but just thoughtlessly,
totally.
not mindfully,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's not in alignment, is it?
No.
So what's really funny is I've done periods of time in my life where I haven't drank,
Yep.
but I've always had an end deadline. Like, oh, I'm not
Yeah.
drinking for 3 weeks or not drinking for a month.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point afterwards, I would inevitably start. But now every time I kind of thinking about drinking, I realize that my energy and my enthusiasm and my motivation for making a change in the world and being the best version of myself for that is more important to me than having a drink.
Yes.
So it's really funny. It becomes so simple. It's
Yeah.
almost like that impulse.
Well,
has
it's like the why. You're connected with a different why, and so that overrides it.
It's-
And you're mindful about it too. You're making a conscious choice. Like,
It-
wait a minute, do I really want this, or do I really want to be the change that I wish to see in the world?
It's amazing. It really overrides it. And I'm still young, so things can change. And I'm not going to say no to alcohol. That's the point. Is I'm
No,
not
like
abstaining.
you said a few weeks ago, you were at a dinner and you had a half a glass of wine somewhere where you would have had like 3 or 4, and you're just like, yeah, I'll have a little wine with dinner, which is different.
Yeah.
It's a different choice.
And even if somebody offers, for example, like an after work drink or something, I know I can handle alcohol.
Yeah.
The key is I'm not seeking it. I'm
Yeah.
not drinking the wine to get a buzz or to have a state change.
Right.
I'm not, because I know that state change lowers my vibration.
Right.
And so if you put a glass of wine in front and we sat here for a few hours, that maybe in a few hours that glass of wine would be gone. Versus like, let's do this.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. It's the altered states is very it's a really current thing that people are thinking about. And alcohol is one, rapé is one, breathwork is another, meditation is another, and at the kind of very intense, very ceremonial and transformative kind of end of the spectrum, you have things like ayahuasca
Right.
that becoming dinner table conversation. Where years ago, like, what?
Right.
And now it's like people are microdosing and this and that. So
Tell me a little bit about microdosing. Is that with mushrooms? What does that mean?
So
You just take a little teeny tiny bit and you can go to work.
they say that it's like 1/8 the dose or something is
Okay.
considered microdosing, and it's typically mushrooms or LSD
Oh, Lord.
acid,
Right.
and it's 1/8 the dose. So theoretically, you don't actually consciously even feel it
Okay.
because it's such a small dose.
Right.
But I've never done this either.
Yeah.
But it's so little that you don't really feel it, but you kind of do. It's subconsciously. So it's supposed to be kind of opening you just ever so slightly, again, ever so slightly, so that you can have an altered state.
Got it.
And it's been written about in these books on performance enhancement and creativity and so on, to do these microdosing. But I don't know. I mean,
I mean, there's so many cool other ways that you can do it clean too.
Yeah.
And rapé sounds like
yeah, and it's again, not for everybody. And it's not, obviously I'm not endorsing it. It's just it's simply another tool that is, and by the way, caffeine is also another one.
oh yeah.
Smoking is another one. Not only weed, but smoking, like nicotine. It's like, what, I mean, I don't know, like, what makes nicotine, for example, like, so terrible if it were taken away from the
Causes cancer, but
like,
other than that.
well, I don't know. I've never actually smoked a cigarette, so I
Good.
wouldn't know. But people are using these vape things.
Yeah.
Like CBD is supposed to be
Right. A little bit of
beneficial.
an altered state.
So there's I think that ultimately everybody has once you know the science underpinning it, you can make a decision as to if you need any of it at all.
Yeah.
You could choose nothing, which
Yeah.
is, or you can choose breath work or yoga or meditation. It's a perfectly, amazingly wonderful thing to choose. Or if you're interested in, more, kind of more, with using external, stimulants,
Right.
or whatever they're called, stimulants, whatever, state
Virtual
changers.
reality.
Virtual reality is another one.
Yeah, technology, is coming up with a lot
Yeah.
of different things for altered state. Tell me about your Osho meditation. I've never gone to one. So I saw the Wild Wild Country, and I'm imagining that it's not exactly like that because they were at one point rolling around naked in the movie. Osho's people.
Yeah, so you're gonna leave your saffron colored robes at the door
Okay,
when you come in.
great.
You ready for that?
And
Yeah.
then what happens?
So I do this really amazing meditation during the cushion crawl. It's a crowd pleaser,
Mm-hmm.
and it's at some place called the Temple House, which is in
That's the venue I wanted, and he wouldn't let me have it.
yeah. I mean,
It's yours.
saffron robes at the door.
Maybe next year.
Yeah. Well, if you
We'll see.
life coach of 2019,
Mm.
2020?
I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see.
We'll see.
So, incredible venue owned by dear friends, and they love and support this concept of mindful community and conscious community in Miami.
Mm.
So, they allow me to use this converted synagogue in South Beach for this event.
Mm.
And so we have the music that Osho scored himself, and there's different stages of this process of this of the program, and I lead it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's supplemented with projection mapping. So,
What is that?
well, it's where you put video on every single facet of the space,
Okay.
so that one moment you're in a cathedral, the next moment you're underwater,
That's so badass.
and then the next moment it's like chirping birds
Oh,
and
wow.
it's like anything that you could be in the middle of a baseball field, in the middle of a jungle, and we do the whole program with the projection mapping.
I have a question. So I have a class that night. It's a Monday night, right?
I have to check.
Yeah, it is. It is. So most of my class is here locally. It is an online class, but a lot of them are local. There's probably like maybe 4 only that it's not. So I'm wondering if I could bring them there for class, and I could maybe have my little camera and then show the rest of the class, and then teach the rest of my class. I don't know. We'll talk about that offline.
Yeah, we'll talk offline. Yeah, it's truly special just because the Osho meditation it's quite popular around the world. Osho is the spiritual teacher.
Yeah. Are you?
Obviously.
Do you do like jumping up and down
Mhm.
stuff? You
All
jump,
that stuff.
You jump up and down,
Yeah.
and then what do you do?
And then you flow, you dance,
You dance.
and then you stand still,
Okay.
then you do shavasana.
I like that.
So it's 4 stages.
That's funny because the meditation that I'm creating starts off in fetal, and there's some movement. There's breath of fire. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, no, it's what, 30 years old, 40 years old, this meditation.
Wow.
And the difference is that we're in Miami. We've got our community of 150 cushion crawlers.
Yeah.
So not everybody's going to show up, but it'll be I'm sure it'll be 80 people.
Yeah.
And by the way, anybody that's listening this far, if you're interested in seeing what the programs are for the cushion crawl, our app is called Modern Om, Modern space Om, O-M, and it's on iPhone and Android. And if you look on there, you can see all the classes, and you can book into it, and you can figure it out from there.
That's awesome. I'm so excited. John, what time is it? There's 20 clocks in here, and I don't know if any of them are right. 16:43. What does that mean? 4:43. Okay. We're good. We're doing good. Talking about nothing.
Nothing.
That we were going to start talking about nothing, and we've talked about everything. That's amazing.
Yeah. So
what else are we going to talk about? Tell us something else, Mike. Altered states we've covered. The cushion crawl we've covered. And I think we should talk also about Modern Om, which is your amazing meditation club.
yeah.
Tell them a little bit about how that came to be. What was the impetus of creating neighborhood meditations?
So I created this brand called Modern Om when I was in New York, running the investment arm of a creative agency, and I ended up pursuing a different opportunity, another startup that I was tasked to run, And so I shelved this concept of modern home.
Mm-hmm.
And modern home really is the whole thing, and it's not changed even since I created the idea, which is that it's really a conversation around what it means to be mindful and spiritual in the modern world.
Mm.
Right? So we've got, altered states. This is an example of like a topic. We've got stress. We've got interpersonal relationships. We have technology. We've got the call on all of our attention from social media and news. We have politics. We've got the environment and what to do about the planet and other things. So we have all of these concerns and issues that are quite unique to the time that we live in right now. Like, these were not things that we dealt with 50 years ago, 100 years ago, forget before that.
Right.
So what does it mean to be spiritual and mindful? Is it going up to the top of a mountain and meditating? Is it listening to a meditation app? Is it just being kind?
Yeah.
Is it, following existing traditions? Is it making up your own traditions? Like what?
Mm.
So modern home really is like a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And we started with jewelry.
Yep.
And we started with using the colors and the energies of the ancient chakras
Yep.
as guidelines, as a framework for talking about different parts of life.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 7 chakras, 7 different energies. And we've, as now, 4 years in probably to the products, are, I guess, one of the leaders in talking about chakras in relatable terms.
Mm.
So it's really nice that we have chosen language and messages to make them understandable and relatable.
Yep.
Well, in the process of doing the jewelry with the chakras, since I started Green Monkey and we're in Miami, I decided to give people the experience of meditation,
Mm-hmm.
of mindfulness.
Right.
So now it's not just reminders around your neck, around your wrist of, how you want to live and how you want to show up in the world. Now it's like the experience of altered states.
Right.
Like teaching people how to access deeper levels within themselves.
Yeah.
And we're the first group of its kind in Miami. And Modern Home has now grown to be not only products, but also meditations and lectures and festivals and mini festivals. And the Cushion Crawl falls right into that. It's just it's like a sprint.
Yeah.
It's a sprint in 21 days, 21 spaces, but it's really about the experience of mindfulness.
Mm-hmm.
And
if they join your club, right, they have the monthly membership and they get all these cool events. I know the Cushion Crawl is separate from that, but how many different places can they go meditate? You have the bungalow, which is where your home base is and the store is.
Yeah, and so we have a place called the Bungalow, which is our clubhouse, and it's in this beautiful village called Upper Buena Vista.
Which is such a hidden gem. You feel like you're in Tulum or something, and the trees there are literally the trees that they shot for Avatar.
They are.
It's amazing there.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful hidden gem in just north of Design District, and we have a bungalow, and we have events there, and we have things like cacao ceremonies, breath work, shamanic drumming meditations. We've done Wim Hof method. I mean, we're just getting going.
Those are all altered states.
They are all altered states, yeah.
Who's doing the Wim Hof stuff?
There's a really great guy from New York called Avi, and he was connected to me, and he decided, we've built a nice relationship, so he's going to be coming down every few months.
And he's trained by Wim?
He's trained by Wim.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so Cole would like to do that. He wanted to go on a Wim Hof retreat, but they were sold out this summer.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a 3-hour thing
That's
like
cool. Are we jumping in ice water, or was it not that
Totally. Did you see the picture of me in ice water?
No.
Dude.
I missed this.
No, it's actually a really cool shot.
Really? When's he coming down? I got to get Cole over there.
Actually, June 6th and 7th, I think.
We'll be in Japan. Duty.
You're
summer
impossible.
really sucks. We're going to Bali, and then we're going on a cruise to Japan, and then we're going to Hong Kong, and then we're going to Hawaii, and then we're going to LA. And then my son's going to Idaho after that, and then he's going to Montreal. And he's going, oh, before that, he's in Interlaken, Switzerland, and Amsterdam. Yeah, that's Cole Safina's life. He's going on like a world tour. Gap year.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, it's tough to be Cole.
It's tough to be Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Well, God bless him, too.
Yeah. But maybe he'll come back again, or maybe I can take him to New York. I got to figure this out. He's really fascinated. I want him during this gap year to do personal development work. And this is the one thing he is super fascinated with.
Yeah, I mean, there's other places and other people as well.
Okay.
That offer it. So, yes, so the bungalow.
Yes, back to the bungalow.
Back to the bungalow. Bungalow's a great space. It's a community space. It's continually growing and evolving, and more people know about it.
Yep, it's where I do my classes. Yeah,
exactly.
On Tuesdays.
It's your headquarters too in Miami.
Yeah,
and it is a part of the whole mission.
Yeah.
So in Miami, we have a store there, so you can go and you can buy things at the store.
Great for gifts too.
No, the best.
The best.
They're the best for gifts. That's where a lot of our meditations are. We also have them in Coconut Grove in Alice Wainwright Park.
Mm-hmm.
We have them at the Faina Hotel in South Beach. We have it at Urbanica Hotel, which is just south of 5th. We have it at the bungalow. And
so when you join, right, for a monthly membership, which is very, very affordable, you can go to all these meditations. They're included in your monthly package, plus all these phenomenal events.
Yeah, it's great. I think that especially now, we broke 1,000 downloads on our app. I hope I told you that.
Congratulations.
It's kind of a big deal because, 1,000 downloads if it was just looking at the U.S. is like nothing. But we have consistently about 10, 15 people every day downloading.
That's great because you just launched it.
We just launched it, and it's relevant because you can look and you can see classes and you book classes. But we created something called Mindful Miles.
Ooh.
I told you about that.
Yeah, frequent flyer miles just for meditation.
Frequent flyer points for doing things that are going to move you forward in your level of consciousness.
That's amazing.
So when you go to our events, when you go to meditations, our experiences, our workshops, you get Mindful Miles.
I love it.
And when you get to just like an airline, you don't get silver status right away. You have to earn it.
Yeah. And then do you get free shit?
You get free shit.
Oh, I love free shit.
Once you get to 20 Mindful Miles on our program, you already get 10% off of Dr. Smood.
Ooh.
10% off of Panther Coffee.
Nice.
10% off of Sacred Space and Flow and Plant, the restaurant.
I love it.
And more. I mean, these are just the beginnings, but
yeah,
the key here is that it's conscious living, not just let's go meditate and call it a day.
Yeah, it's a conversation. You want to be in a conversation.
And you have to have your membership card to get these discounts,
Mm-hmm.
and it's on your app. So
easy.
So you open your phone and you're reminded that tonight may be a meditation at WeWork, which we do. We have a meditation at WeWork Security Building tonight, and then you'll see maybe a push notification on something that you're doing.
Yeah.
Then you'll see something maybe about somebody in the community, and that's the idea, is that you take this lifestyle with you.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about what you're doing here in Miami and maybe next stop LA. Who knows?
It's
we'll
very,
see.
very possible, Jen. Very
Might
possible.
have to hitch up the wagon and go west, everybody. It could happen. It's really cool out there.
Yeah.
Miami's getting hot.
Not this week. This is amazing.
No, this has been beautiful.
It's like California weather.
It's like California weather. It's been the best this week.
I was chilly today.
Yeah.
I was in the shade. It was chilly.
I'm chilly right now. My fingers are freezing.
It's because we're inside of this little sound studio.
Yeah. So should we end our show with some cool vibey music? What do you think, John?
What do you guys want to listen to?
I don't know. Did you find that golden cap that Mike?
Golden Cap sounds like
It sounds like a GHB or something.
It's wow. That's
I never did that either.
Mushroom, huh?
Listen.
Yeah, it sounds like something that would shift your consciousness.
Yeah, the golden cap.
The Golden Cap.
Ooh. I did. While you're looking for that, the other thing that I want to know about, can you believe this? I am in the conscious community and I've never done a cacao ceremony. What the heck is it? It's chocolate.
It's chocolate.
What goes on?
Well,
What is it supposed to do?
cacao is energetically a heart opener.
Okay.
So it's a heart opener, and it's a stimulant. Like cacao just has caffeine in it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's kind of another plant medicine, very light.
Very light.
Where
Plant light.
Plant light, and if it's traditionally they create like a hot chocolate,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not sweet. It can be, but it's got spices and different cacao and different things again from the plants.
Mm-hmm.
And a cacao ceremony is to intentionally drink the cacao.
Got it.
And often it's in a group and it's celebratory, and people take the cacao ceremonies in different directions. We have them sometimes with, it's kind of more like a conscious party,
Mm-hmm.
or it could be more ritualistic,
Yeah.
kind of more serious, more somber,
Mm.
very introspective, or it could be more social.
Cool.
And this
Is
is
any of the crawl a cacao ceremony? You should
We're
end
gonna-
with that.
we're gonna at the mini festival.
Oh,
We're gonna
be there.
Lucci.
Lucci again.
Like she's
Lucci's taken all my spaces. Thanks, Lucci.
she's opening and
It's okay.
closing.
It's okay.
I
I'm
think
busy.
she's Miami healer of the 2019. So I figured I'd go with somebody that was like that people really were really all about right now.
I got it.
I need to go where the action is, Jen.
I totally understand as a businessman. You got to look out for yourself. I am just yesterday's news. Jennifer, disgrace. I've fallen from grace. Oh, good times. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for all that you're creating and this amazing community that you've created here in Miami and brought so much awareness and curated so many incredible events and found the best teachers, and the people that you bring in from, other states are so great. And thank you for all that you do for Miami.
Well, thank you,
You certainly
Jen.
are a conscious influencer.
I didn't even realize that was what this whole thing was about.
Yeah, it's my new series of bringing conscious influencers onto the show.
Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, my social media following isn't that big though.
No,
At Mike
it's a little
Likes.
embarrassing.
Let's see if anybody follows at MYK Likes.
At MYK.
I hope I get like 400 followers right now.
Yes. Imagine. Let's see, John. The power of Jolt Radio. All right, so we're going to end with an awesome vibey song by Golden Cap. Did we find something? Yeah, mix. All right, and this is Jennifer Grace, Conscious Influencers, Mike Lykoff. Thank you very much.
Vibey music.
Peace out.
Peace.